Good morning, Cedar Valley. I'm George Kahn, and this is Tuesday's Quiet Echo Voices from the Valley. What the fires taught us about neighbors. Last week marked 1 year since wildfires swept through Los Angeles. 31 people died. More than 16 villas and homes burned. I didn't lose a house in those fires. I live here in Cedar Valley, a long way from Altadena and Pacific Palisades. But what happened there keeps coming back to me. When the winds hit on January 7, 2025, neighbors scrambled to help each other before firefighters could arrive. They knocked on doors. They helped elderly residents evacuate. They grabbed garden hoses and put out spot fires burning on lawns while embers rained from the sky. In those first chaotic hours, it wasn't government that saved people. It was the person next door. I read about a man named Michael Tuccillo. He's a fire survivor in Altadena. His home was one of the few left standing on his street. His neighborhood is quiet now. Extra quiet at night, he said, and extra dark. Most of his neighbors are gone. But here's what got me. Instead of feeling relieved and moving on, he feels responsible. He told NPR, "I feel like I have to double my efforts to help my community get back home." Think about that. He could have counted his blessings and focused on his own family. Instead, he's organizing. He's connecting neighbors. He and others are buying rebuilding services in bulk, hiring contractors together, pooling resources, sharing the burden so everyone can afford to come back. Another homeowner, Pauline Ching, persuaded nearly half the residents in her community to hire the same builder. They got bulk discounts. They got faster permits. They're rebuilding together. Rebuilding together. That phrase keeps echoing in my head. We've gotten very good at being alone in America. We order groceries from our phones. We work from home. We wave at the neighbor but rarely sit on the porch with them. The loneliness statistics are brutal. 2 in 10 adults say they have no close friends outside their immediate family. We're more connected than ever and more isolated than at any time in history. Then a disaster comes, and suddenly we remember what neighbors are for. When I was growing up, my father ran a small shop. The man who owned the hardware store 2 doors down wasn't just a fellow merchant. He was the one who watched our register if we needed to step out, the one who loaned us a ladder, the one who showed up at my mother's funeral. We didn't have a word for it. We just did it. Somewhere along the way, we decided that independence was the highest virtue. We confused self-reliance with isolation. We built fences and closed garage doors and assumed someone else, the government, the insurance company, the experts, would handle things when trouble came. The fires reminded us otherwise. When the winds blow and the sky turns orange, the first responder is often the person across the street. I'm not saying tragedy is good for us. What I'm saying is simpler. The capacity for neighborliness is still there. It didn't burn. It was just waiting to be called on. 1 year later, Los Angeles is still recovering. Many families haven't begun to rebuild. Insurance disputes drag on. But so do the block parties that bring scattered neighbors back together. So do the shared contractors and the quiet acts of checking in on each other. Michael Tuccillo said his street is extra quiet and extra dark these days. Most of his neighbors are gone, but he's still there, working to bring them back. That's what neighbors do. They stay. They help. They rebuild together. Maybe the question for the rest of us, those of us who didn't lose homes last January, is simpler. Do we know our neighbors' names? Would we help them evacuate if the time came? Would they help us? Community isn't a government program. It's not a policy initiative. It's the person next door and what you choose to do when they need you. That's your Tuesday morning from Cedar Valley. I'm George Kahn, and this has been Quiet Echo. Go be a good neighbor today. The people you've met in these editorials, the whole Cedar Valley community first came together in Quiet Echo. When loud voices divide, quiet ones bring together. If you want to know how a small town found its way from fear to fellowship, one quiet act of courage at a time, you can find it on Amazon. I'll put the link in the show notes.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open.